Hare Krishna, welcome. Welcome everyone. So we'll start the program. So hope that you are all able to hear me clearly. Vandeham Sri Guruvaram Sri Rupanuga Pravaram Brajarasikam Chanarayanam Tam Prapannam Sri Guru Charanam Vande Ramana Prestaya Bhutale Rupanuga Bhaktidam cha Kripamurti Narayanam Seva Kunje Brajeram Ye Govardhana Girau Sada Radha Kunde Rasanande Tadatseva Pradayakam Gurum Narayanakyam Tam Vande Vinoda Preshtakam Yatpadasmaiti Patrena Damodara Prasidati Narayanam Prabhum Vande Karuna Gana Vigraham Ragamarga Bhaktim Tattva Tarayati Tribhuvanam Gaurahari Param Preshta Nityananda Abhinnaka Sri Gauranarayana Bhakta Bandhava Priya Sevakam Narayanam Gurum Vande Sharanyam Bhakta Bandhavam Gaura Mano Bhishtam Purnam Radha Dasyam Paradayakam Rupanugacharya Varyam Rupamanjari Prestakam Padita Bhavana Bandhava Yugacharya Narayanam Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Om Anjanatimmirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Sakshurun Miritam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare. Humble pranams to all the assembled devotees, Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. So today we will be resuming the Caitanya Caritamrta. So where we left off in the last class. So now thinking the Caitanya Caritamrta class, we were actually dealing with this creation Leela, and corresponding to that there are a lot of Purusha avatars that we are dealing with. So yesterday we were actually just hitting sloka 88 or something, 88. So there we were actually hearing from the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, we are referring some sloka, and also 89 was the place where we were actually spending most time to try to understand when he says Amita Jagate Vasi Jagat Amate Na Ami Jagate Vasi Na Ama Jagate. So I am in the material world, and I am also I am situated in the material world, and the world also rests in me. But at the same time I am not situated in the material world, nor does it rest in me, in truth. So what that truth is also adding something to that. Basically we have to understand the material world, even though he creates and enters into every atom as Paramatma, that is only temporary. Because it's all going through the destruction. So even though he's actually entering there and then all the thing, but actually it's going to be all gone. It's like a bubble, just bursting. So the material worlds are actually illusion. In the sense, it's not real. So only the spiritual substance is the real. That is basically what we have to understand here. So he's trying to say that when I really do the creation Leela, I enter in temporarily. And now, actually it is so temporary, it just goes off, so I am not there actually. Now, so this is another way to really understand. So, but again, this truth, he is saying that this is Achindya. Achindya means, Chindya means we can understand. Achindya means we cannot understand. So we have to understand that we cannot understand about the Lord's, this inconceivable opulence. Okay, so now we are hitting text number 90. He is saying that you should know, he's saying, oh Arjuna, you should know this as my inconceivable opulence. And okay, so that is basically Bhagavad Gita. Now we are proceeding from 91. That Mahapurusha means Karanodakasai Vishnu, Mahavishnu, is known as the plenary part of him. Part of whom? Part of Krishna or part of Balaram. In so many ways you can go as where you really want to target. And here he is saying who is Lord Nityananda Balarama. So the favorite associate of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Seita Purusha Yanra Amsa Dare Nama Chaitanyera Sangeye Nityananda Rama. So basically all these Mahavishnus, all the Purushas, avatars, everything is actually coming through Balaram. So that Balaram is Lord Nityananda Prabhu, who is a favorite associate of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Very, very easy to understand. So now he is proceeding that, saying, I offer my obeisances unto the feet of Sri Nityananda Rama, basically Nityananda Prabhu, who is Lord Balaram. A particular part of whom is Garbhodaya Vishnu. So now the Garbhodaya Vishnu is coming. So it is really going back and forth. Sometimes it is really talking about the Mahapurusha, that is Mahavishnu, and sometimes Garbhodaya Vishnu, and sometimes Shirodaya Vishnu. This is going to go back and forth and back and forth. And today I have a feeling that you may really get more confusion. If we are just going too fast, that is another thing. So here saying, Garbhodaya Vishnu is a partial part of Lord Nityananda Prabhu, who is Balaram. So now where this Garbhodaya Vishnu came from? So this is actually from the second quadruple expansion of Lord Balaram, where we see Mahavishnu and Sadashiva, etc. That is the first Purusha, which is Mahavishnu. But then after that is also we are seeing Pratimuna and Anuruddha. They are also subordinate to Mahavishnu only. So we can say from Mahavishnu is also coming as Garbhodaya Vishnu. This is where the confusion sometimes comes. So you have to understand that any higher vastu, higher stage that we see, from whom anyone coming, you see, for example, you can say, yes, this Lord Brahma is really coming from Lord Krishna. But Lord Brahma is actually coming from Garbhodaya Vishnu we are talking about. So who is in turn coming from the action of Mahavishnu? Who again coming from Mahasankarshan? Who again coming from Mula Sankarshan? Who again coming from Lord Balaram? So who again coming from Krishna? So this is where we have to be, we have to be careful to understand what exactly the level they are talking about. So because of the hierarchy, the way where they are actually referring to that is always true. That is true. So when you say, Garbhodaya Vishnu is actually coming from Balaram, that is true. Garbhodaya Vishnu is actually coming from Krishna, that is also true. So this is where it really sometimes, it gets complicated. But the chart that I used to use is really depicting more reality as how we can understand all these things. Okay, so this Garbhodaya Vishnu is whose navel is the birthplace of Brahma. So from his navel, a lotus actually sprouts, and that stem is where all the 14 levels of planetary systems in that Brahmanda are located. And then on the top of that is Satyaloka, where Lord Brahma is residing. Yeah, so that's what it is talking about here. This loka is talking about from the navel of Garbhodaya Vishnu, who is holding this universe. From his navel sprouts the lotus that is the birthplace of Brahma, the engineer of the universe. So the stem of that lotus is the resting place of the multitude of planets. So this is the 14 levels of planetary systems, like higher lokas and the lower lokas. We are somewhere in the middle, Bhuloka, then you have Bhuvarloka, Suvarloka, Magarloka. then Janaloka, Tapaloka, like that, it goes on all the way to the place where Lord Brahma is situated, which is the Satyaloka or Brahmaloka, you can say. Okay. Now, similarly, we really have the Atala, Talatala, like that. It goes on, below our Bhumi. Then finally, there Patala. In the Patala is there. Then the whole thing, the whole universe is where is it resting? It is resting on the head of Adishesha. So we will be talking about that also. So like this, Adishesha is really carrying the universes, and now this Adishesha, even though he is actually carrying this all the universes, each Adishesha takes each form, and then he is really having this universe on his head. But it looks like a small mustard seed. Small mustard seed. That is how he really feels that, because it's really so heavy. But for him it is nothing. And it is said that he does not even think, he does not even know that it is resting on him, because there is no weight for him. So he is really then humongous. Okay? So that is this sloka is talking about Garbhodaya Sai Vishnu, from whose navel, from navel, that Brahma is there on the lotus flower. Okay. Now text 94 is saying, after creating millions of universes, who is creating the universe? That is the Mahapurusha. That is the first Purusha. That is Mahavishnu. That first Purusha, that is Mahavishnu, entered into each of them in a separate form as Sri Garbhodaya Sai. So that is Mahavishnu is really having a very, very significant role in the creation Leela. In the Srishti Leela, Mahavishnu has much more thing to do. Even though he is floating in between, that side is the spiritual side, and also the lower is the material side, but he is acting in so much of a predominating role. And from whom only these Garbhodaya Sai Vishnu coming. That means every universe he is making from his pores, he enters into that as Garbhodaya Sai Vishnu, and he is maintaining actually. Okay, so but everything put together completely is Adishesh. Adishesh is that universe is actually resting on his head. It is sometimes complex to understand also. And now entering the universe, what happened now? We are talking about Garbhodaya Sai Vishnu. So when first Purusha, that is Mahavishnu, entered into each of the universe with separate form as Sri Garbhodaya Sai Vishnu, he found only darkness. So this is the first time what happens is, in the beginning of the Srishti Leela, this is what happens. So he is completely found only darkness, and with no place in which to reside. So then that it is saying is, he began to consider, what was the thing? Now I need a place. I need to rest on a place. So now this is really more difficult to understand is, then he created water from the perspiration of his own body, and with that water filled half of the universe. So that's why it's called Garbho. So Garbho Udaka Sai means he is actually beyond this. He is really above this water that we are talking about. So half of the universe, he actually filled it with the perspiration coming from his own body. So this is actually bizarre to understand. How is it possible? It's bizarre to understand. How is it possible? Because he is coming from Mahavishnu, Garbhodaya Sai Vishnu, then he finds no place to rest there in that universe. So in the half of the universe, he really fills with water filled, coming from his own perspiration of his own body. And this universe, which he is really, taking care of, is 500 million yojanas. One yojana is believed to be, according to some calculation, it is supposed to be 8 miles. And according to some other calculation, it is actually 5 miles or something. But I think the norm that we have really taken is 8 miles, I think. So that means 500 million yojanas, one yojana is 8 miles, means 500 million yojanas will be, you can actually multiply it by 8. So that means that is 40,100, right? 500 multiplied by 8, that will be 40,100 million yojanas. It's the length of the one universe, and it is also the breadth of the universe. So you can say that it is kind of a, it is EQ spaced, like the basically the breadth and then the length is same. It's a square kind of thing, but it is not a square, but it is actually, it has three dimension. Actually, we cannot even understand whether it really has 3 dimension. No. Only we have 3 dimension. Remember, we are out of the 14 levels of planetary system, we are in one of them. Our Bhuloka is one of them. So what they also say that is, these 14 planetary systems are arranged in 7 planes. 7 plane means every plane has 2 dimensions. So what they say is, in our plane, which where the Bhuloka is there, and Bhuloka and similar Bhulokas are there. There is also Patala Loka is also same plane. That is why sometimes they say 7 levels, sometimes they say 14 levels. Actually 14 levels arranged in 2 planes. So that way you can say it's, 7 multiplied by 2 is actually 14. So this is the right way of understanding. Again, after filling this half of the universe with water, he made his own residence there. And then only actually the 14 planetary systems were actually manifested. So the thing is, now another sophistication of these planetary systems that we are talking about, the 14 levels of planetary systems we are talking about, only one plane, one level, this 14 level, one level can see only that level, that's it. So, in that plane only. So what that means is, suppose we are in the Bhuloka. We are in the Bhuloka, right? We have Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka. See, the Bhuvarloka is where all these ancestors, after they really body, they will be there for a while. Then also there are a lot of ghosts, goblins, and they all live there in the Bhuvarloka. So they are all basically ghostly place. So they can, so here important thing is, we cannot see a Bhuvarloka unless you are really trained and you are a psychic. Some people can really see the ghosts. Okay, so this is a special power that somebody normally has, that they can really see. For example, Ramana Maharishi used to be, when he was a boy or something, and he used to see that, all the Gandharvas were actually just floating on the sky, they are singing and going, and he used to tell his father and mother, saying, oh, those Gandharvas are actually having, going there, see, look at, but they could not see anything. So they thought this guy is really mad. So Ramana Maharishi, even though he is more of Brahmavadis or Mayavadi side or something, whatever it is, but they had this kind of power where they can really see. Because there are some people who can really see the Bhuvarloka, but not everything. So after Bhuloka, where we are, then you have Bhuvarloka, which are ghosts again. Then after that, Swarloka means Swarkaloka, where Lord Indra is there. And then after that, because this Indraloka is where these 33 crores of, or 330 million kinds of demigods are there. What are they doing? They are busy in running this government managing this Brahmanda. That is so, Swargaloka is their headquarters. It is their office kind of thing. But it is so good, wonderful. And those people who really have really done lot of punyas, they can go there and then stay for some time. That is what is called heaven. And many religions are really telling, oh, come to heaven, come to heaven. Heaven is not the place to really go. Because this is the headquarters of the universe. It will be dissolved when the pralaya happens. So this is temporary, even otherwise also. When your punyas run out, you have to vacate the place. So this Swargaloka is not really for, you go there and then live there permanently. You can live for a long time, considerably long time you can live. But that is not a permanent place at all. So that is really awarded for your punyas that you have really done. Then above that is Maharaloka. So Maharaloka this is mostly for the sages, rishis. They really want to do more of follow jnana yogas, and they want to really evolve in that one, where they really do meditations. And some of the yogas like Janaloka, Tapaloka, and then after that only Satyaloka is there on the top, where Lord Brahma is there. So, but the point here is, if I am in Bhuloka, I cannot see Bhuvarloka, Swarloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka or Satyaloka. It's not possible. Whereas Bhuvarloka can see us. That means ghosts can see us. Swarloka. So the Swargaloka can see Bhuvarloka and Bhuloka. And Maharloka can see Swarloka, Bhuvarloka and Bhuloka. And Janaloka can see Maharloka, Swarloka, Bhuvarloka and Bhuloka. And then Tapaloka can see, of course, they can see their own level of the planetary system. Tapaloka can see themselves, and then Janaloka down, Maharloka again down again, Swarloka, Bhuvarloka, and then Bhuloka. Then Satyaloka, that is Lord Brahma. Yes, he can see everything. That is why we see the so many stories, and like from Srimad Bhagavatam and all, right? They Brahma can really come right there, where in the Bhuloka, where Lord Krishna has really manifested his pastime. They can come all the way here. They can see, and then they can come visit. But how will we go? So from Bhuloka you cannot go to Bhuvarloka unless you really die. You cannot go to Bhuvarloka. But there are some siddhas who has the power to really go to those places. Remember, actually, Srila Prabhupada had really written one book called traveling to the universes or something, easy travel to universes or planets. Something he really wrote. Yes, those rishis who really powerful can really go all the places. You can go all the planets, including moon or sun, wherever you can go. Then astral travel is there. Astral travel means you voluntarily you can push yourself to really out of the body temporarily with a silver cord still connected with through the navel. That's another thing. Where we are saying that from Garbhodaya Sai Vishnu's navel there is a long stem, which has 14 planetary systems are located inside the stem. Then top is Brahma. We also have something like that kind of structure. From our navel, that is the umbilical. See, similar to the Garbhodaya Sai Vishnu, we have our umbilical has a silver cord connected there. There is something soldered there. So that is what is connecting your spiritual subtle body to physical body. So when one does the astral travel, there are some Tibetan monks. I used to really read so many things. I tried to do these astral travels also, but again I didn't have anybody to really help. But I now know. But Lobsang Ramba and who are all Tibet, in the Tibet monk, who actually left his body voluntarily and he entered into the body of somebody in London. because that particular soul agreed to really leave that body, and he really got into this body, leaving his other, and then he really came here, and then he was really writing books. There are a lot of books if you see that, Lobsang Ramba. Why I am saying is, this is related to the same umbilical mechanism. So our body has that same kind. So the silver cord, which we cannot see, is connected to the outer umbilical. So when somebody is actually leaving the body, what happens is, this particular silver cord is cut off. Then you cannot enter again, because it's cut off, severed. But this umbilical cord, silver cord, which is attached to our umbilical is like it's the infinitely elastic, in the sense, when somebody is doing astral travel, they push by their own will, they will push the subtle body out. Then they really can they can go with their own intelligence and mind, only leaving the gross body on this planet, and they can do astral travel. Though this astral travel, I don't know, if some of you might have really heard about it. This is very unique, and you can go to any planet system wherever you want to go. And when you do this astral travel, when you really come out of your body, you will see that there are so many people are really, there are so many people are also they are all there. Actually, what is the dream? The dream is actually you are going somewhere, but you are not going along with your intelligent mind and everything control, in control. No, that body is, the subtle body is really, it temporarily takes off and it travels. It travels. It can go anywhere it want. You can see some, in the dream, some weird people, weird places, all the things. You really go there. It is not something, some mental concoction. You actually go there. But then, when the thing is stopping, that particular silver cord will really, that's so elastic. It can go, infinite, dimension it can go. You can go to different lokas also. All these, why I am saying is, these 14 planetary systems, you cannot really see by our own eyes per se now. But through the astral travel, you can get that. That also there will be some limitations, but it is really, really very, very superior. So many monks, especially in Tibet, they do that. But only caveat is, they have to really put their body in a room, and very carefully they have to really, very careful when they're really pushing out, because if somebody enters in the room, then what happens is that triggers the signal through the silver cord, and that will really immediately contract so quickly, and that person will have a headache, like severe headache for a long time. This is why it is very, very sometimes dangerous to really do this astral travel. So the astral travel, you can really see some of the lokas, like beyond this Bhuloka, like Bhuvarloka, Suvarloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, like that you can see, and Satyaloka also. Actually, there are some rishis who really climbed that they really went to Satyaloka, and in the Satyaloka, Lord Brahma was there, and they said Jesus Christ was also there. And they tell, yes, I have seen. Not just one rishi, many rishis have really told. Rishi means these modern rishis, so-called rishis. I don't know whether they are telling correctly or right or not, but they are saying. But the way they are saying is, the way they have painted Jesus Christ is not the way that he actually looks like. Because, who really has really painted? There was no painting that time. But he says, yeah, he is a putra of Lord Brahma. He is a putra, because Jesus Christ was always telling that his name was Isha-putra. And he said, my Pida. My Pida means my father. He's a creation God. So even though we are connecting Jesus Christ to Krishna, because that is how he got the last name Christ. When he was in the Jagannath Puri temple, what happened was he was really so attracted. Of course, he was not allowed to enter into the temple because of his background, etc. But he was there for 6.5 years. It's believed that there are records are there too. But anyway, so he wanted to have Krishna as his eternal father. That is why he really took this name Krishna, and in his language it is Christos. So Christos becomes Christ and Christ. Nobody knows this. And then he really went to Kashmir. Then he also met some Buddhist monks. He was trained. Though I am not talking about even the BBC documentaries that are available there. It's talking about how those 12 years, missing years in the Bible, where he was in India. So, I mean, he really got so much of enlightenment, so much of power also. And that's what he was really trying to teach there to those Westerners. So that was how the whole thing coming. So basically, that Satya Loka that we are talking about, where Lord Brahma is there, that is where, that's the top of this material world. So when you go over that, you get, over there, how will you go? You have to all the Panchabhutas, because all these 5 elements, material elements, are belonging to the Jadaloka, that's this universe. You have to throw this out. Then also the subtle body also has to be thrown out. This mind, intelligence and false ego also has to go away. So when you throw all these things out, what you see is a bright place. That is Brahman. That is Brahman. So, because even though Brahman is everywhere, we are not able to see it, because we are encapsulated in the material world. So this is a covering. So we are not able to see the Brahman. So only we have to throw all these five elements, which basically our gross body. Then also the subtle body also has to be thrown out. Mind, intelligence and false ego. Then you will see the Brahman. But everybody says, especially Hindus and so many rishis, Mayavadis say, oh, that is it. Oh, that is it. Now I have seen God. What God? No, that is only just Brahman. He is a effulgence. Brahma anga kanti tanre nirvishesha. So nirvishesha Brahman is what? Caitanya Caritamrta is saying. It is clearly saying that Brahman is nothing but just a effulgence coming from Bhagavan, who is there in the spiritual abode. And this Brahman is everywhere. It is really everywhere as his aura. His aura. Aura means our effulgence, because actually every living being has an aura. Everybody has an aura. But we are not able to see it because it's a subtle element. But there is in the Kirlian photography, which I dealt long time ago. So, you can actually get the photograph. There is actually a machine through which you can actually print your aura. It has different colors depending on your mood and things like that. So that is why in the pictures, God's pictures, you have a round at the back. You remember? On the head, on the thing, always they put a round there, usually with a yellow color. That is true. Because any religious personality will have his aura yellow color. Anybody who is really crazy about so much of desire and greedy, it will be actually orange or red color. Okay? And then for the tamasic people who eat onion, garlic and all kinds of nonsense, it will be dark, bluish or something, some funny brown, something like that. Yeah, I studied all these things long time back, but again, I am not using it. There is no need to. Yeah, there are a lot of things over there. So anyway, we really touched about the Brahman, which is just after you really cross the Satyaloka and then break all these material boundaries and also the subtle body, then you see the Brahman. That is what they are saying, Sayujya Mukti. You merge there. Go and then sleep there. This is how it is. Okay, but again, who will really go upwards? From Bhuloka to Bhuvarloka, Suvarloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka and Satyaloka. How they really go up is depending on their elevated position. You have to become completely sattvic. So basically, sattvic people will be going upwards from Bhuvarloka, Suvarloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka and Satyaloka. Actually, even the 4 Kumaras are there in somewhere. I think Janaloka, probably somewhere there. So there are the predominant citizens there. Like for example, Thiruva Maharaj is there in the Thiruvaloka. like that. So some main personalities are really attached with these different levels of the planetary system. But then those who are in the Rajasic mood, they will be born in this kind of Bhuloka kind of places. That is the middle portions. Actually, Bhuloka and Bhuvarloka also. Swar, if you go to Swargaloka, you have to be Satvik. That is why the Devas are Satvik. Asuras are not Satvik. Asuras are actually Tamasic or Rajasic. So anyway, then you have the 7 lower planetary systems are there. So who is really making all these things there? Garbhodaya Sai Vishnu. Garbhodaya Sai Vishnu is making this. And even the lower planetary systems, what are they? Tala, Atala, Tala means Tala, Atala, Vitala, Nitala, Talatala. Actually, Talatala is a different one. Mahatala and Sutala. So here, if you see that, going down, they are all tamasic. So that is why those people who really eat a lot of onion, meat and all kinds of things, they cannot go upwards. They go downwards. But there is very interesting things about these lower planetary systems is they are even so superior than the heaven in the Swarloka. Swarloka is basically all the 330 million gods who are basically managing the universe. Managing that particular universe. But here, Tala and then Atala, Vitala, Nitala and Talatala and Mahatala and Sutala. So these lower planetary systems are really tamasic in nature. So upwards it will be lighter and lighter and basically subtler and subtler and subtler as you go. Satyaloka is the most subtle in the material world, upwards. That will be very subtle. But the lower you go, it will be more gross and gross and gross and gross. For example, it may be very, very surprising to really see. See, for us, for our how we are living in the surrounded by air, right? We have air. So we breathe the air. So we have some subtleties there how we breathe. And also we have our gross body is also having some subtlety, but actually it's gross. We call it gross. But then in this same Bhuloka, we see, for example, the fish. Fish is in the water. So that water is thicker than air what we breathe. Isn't it? So, but for them that is a place to live. And for them that is natural. The same way, these lower planetary systems of these 14 levels of system that Garbhodaya Sai Vishnu's navel stem has, it is more down, going down is more gross. But at the same time, these people are good enjoyers because they don't have any spiritual inclination. That is why those who really eat onion, garlic and meat and all those things, they cannot really go up. They will go down only. But that down also there are heavens. Very, very beautiful heavens. Because they are topmost enjoyers. If you see, for example, if you see who are the topmost enjoyers, the Middle East, all the kingly personalities, they have everything they have. So much of this, they are enjoyers. Isn't it? So, but the thing is, mostly those are all tamasic people. So here, even though these tamasic people and those worlds are really more grosser than us, Bhuloka for example, but they are lot of heavens are there. So it is believed that these UFOs, etc., coming, from other places. So it is really possible that they may really coming from there because they are very advanced in enjoying. Very advanced in enjoying. So also it could be coming from the Bhuloka of some other universe, controlled by another Garbhodaya Sai Vishnu. Another system altogether, and it has separate Brahma. So that is why these Brahma also depending on the size of the universe that Brahma is really supposed to have that many heads, proportionate to his power. Our Brahma has only 4 heads. He had 5 heads, but one was taken out by Lord Shiva. That cut was some problem there. That's the story. So he has 4. So that means at any time, he has like in a computer chip, like 4 CPUs, 4 processors, like quad processor. Our Brahma is something like that. That means at the same time, he can use these 4 things happening at the same time simultaneously. So that's what it means. So, but the higher planetary systems, very, very advanced, which will have like a bigger universe. This universe what we are talking about here is our universe, which is basically, we really saw that, 500,000, something million, something, that yojanas or something that we talked about, which comes to 40 million, years or something, that many miles or something like that. But those different planetary systems may be bigger. That is why when this Brahma, our Brahma, Chota Brahma, actually, our Guru, but he wanted to really see Krishna, he thought he was the only Brahma in the whole creation. So in the entrance he was asked, who are you? Yeah, I am Brahma. Okay, Brahma. Please tell Krishna that I have come to really see him. But then he was asking, which Brahma? No, I am Brahma. I am the only Brahma. So then he really goes to Krishna and then gets the permission, and then he goes there. Already Krishna has really called so many Brahmas. And he just called everybody, and then all the Brahmas are there. And some Brahmas had 100 heads. Some Brahma had 1,000 heads. And some Brahma had million heads. So much. So, that means that they are all powerful universes. Very powerful, superior. These 4-head Brahma then thought, I am the smallest one. What a shame it is. I thought I was the only Brahma. I was so proud of this. Oh, my pride has been now crushed to nothing, because the gigantic figure of those different higher big Brahmas, they were standing so huge. Our Brahma was really trying to go through them like a mouse will be really trying to go through these, just creeping here like that, like a mouse going there compared to them. Then he accepted, oh, I am nothing. Oh, Krishna, yes, I got so proud. No. Okay, so this is the thing. Krishna is way beyond. Way beyond. So now the lower planetary systems like Tala, Atala, Vitala, Nitala, and Talatala, and Mahatala, and Sutala, because here so many snakes are also living there. Actually, I gave so many Harikathas about this every dimension. I was giving before, long time back. So, that was I spent so much of time, because everywhere, every place, and what is there, all the details, everything. So it's all coming from various scriptures. Srimad Bhagavatam also has that somewhere. But anyway, so I collected a lot of them. So so we have to understand the lower planets are all called Patala. When you say Patala Loka, all these 7 planetary systems are called Patala. And among the upper planetary systems, actually Swargaloka is uniquely is actually the abode of Indra. But actually the definition of Swargaloka is this: Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, and Swarloka. They are called, together, all 3 are called Swargaloka. But of which the real that Swarloka is the main attraction in this Swargaloka. Okay, so this is another thing that probably we may be thinking, oh, Swargaloka means only Swaraloka. No, actually, Swargaloka by definition constitutes Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka and Swaraloka, because there are some enjoyments here also. Basically, in the Bhuloka also there is enjoyment, but it is significant. Insignificant. It is very, very, alpa means very insignificant pleasure is in this Bhuloka. But better than is Bhuvarloka. This Bhuvarloka is a place where the Pitraloka is also there. Because Pitraloka, people think, oh, by going to Pitraloka, they may say, oh, I am going to heaven. See, you know what? People, when they really leave the body, their relatives will advertise in the obituary. They say, oh, we are so sorry that so-and-so left his this thing, and he has, he has reached. Sometimes they say he has gone to Swarga. He has become Swami. Yeah? And sometimes they say, oh, they have reached the lotus feet of the God, as if they know what they are doing. Actually, most of them go to Naraka only. These guys are actually in the whole population in the entire world is meat eaters. These meat eaters, where will they go? Of course, they have to really pay for the karma what they are doing. But people say, oh, he has gone to Swargaloka. He reached the Swargaloka. That's what they say. But actually, where they go, nobody knows. And so, Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka and Swarloka are called Swargaloka because there is some enjoyment. So, what I say about the Bhuvarloka is where the Pitraloka is there. So, when a person dies, if the person really sees Yama or Yamadutas, they are straight away going to be taken to the Yamaraj. Unless he has a Tulasi in their beads. Tulasi Mala, they cannot come. These Yamadutas cannot really, it's not their jurisdiction at all. But anyway, if they don't have, then what happens? This Yamaraja will actually take if he is really very bad. Otherwise, this dying person may see the ancestors. Oh, look at here, my mother. Oh, he is coming here, he is here. They will say, they will see. What is making them to see? Normally they are not able to see. Because we are transitioning to that dimension. That's why I was telling. Some people even in this world, when they are living in this world, they can actually see the bhutas. You won't believe. I was able to really see long time back. Oh my God, it was miserable. Many incidents are there. That is how, another reason I really finally came to Guru and Krishna. It was miserable. So many things actually happened, actually. But anyway, that is the past history. But then, that Pitraloka is where these ancestors, already dead ancestors are there, they have come down. I told you, Bhuvarloka, they can come to Bhuloka. Easy. And these people, because they are dying, they are transitioning to there, that's why they are seeing. And they will go to Pitraloka and stay there for some time. Because actually one day in Pitraloka is 1 month here in the Bhuloka. And then one day in Swargaloka is 1 year in Bhuloka. And one day in Makarloka is again much more. So like that it goes on and goes on exponentially actually. Then the Satyaloka, where Lord Brahma is there, 1 day of Brahma is 4.32 plus 4.32 for day and night, 8.64 billion years, 1 day. This is the law of relativity theory. So Einstein is not something he's saying by himself. No, it has proof in our Shastras. Okay, so they will be going to the Pitraloka and they will be trying to enjoy together. It is also like heaven only. That's why, remember, I told you, Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka and Swarloka called Swargaloka. They will be having a wonderful time. This is what these Christians, they really used to keep some YouTube channel. Suppose somebody really tries to die And their time has not come yet. So what they happen, the doctor can really probably make the guy to really come back to life or something, because their silver cord hasn't cut off yet. They are about to go, because they really see that. They really come out and then they see themselves, but the silver cord is still attaching, and these doctors can really bring that soul back to the body. And this guy has seen something. What did they see? Because they are seeing from Bhuloka, they are seeing the Bhuvarloka, they are seeing the ancestors. That's what they say. Oh, I met all my relatives were there. I also saw Jesus Christ. Something, they make up so many things. And then by telling like this, they say, oh, you come and then join our Christian church, and then we'll give so many chickens free, and this meat free, this all kinds of biryani, that everything. This is totally if you see that, it's all ignorance. But what they have seen is just the Pitraloka, which is part of the Bhuvarloka, where also goblins and so many different kinds of entities are there. It's dangerous actually. So all the Bhutas and the Bhutas and Pretas and Veda, all those are there only. But they are also enjoying. There's no doubt about it, because this is also kind of a heaven. It's better than this world. But they think that, all right, I have really gone to heaven. And then they really, because of they have been brought back to life again. They see, I have seen the place. I have seen my father, mother, this, everything on. And then meanwhile they will add, I have seen Jesus Christ also. Like that they make up something. Everything is in our scripture. So much detail. That's what I was giving Harikatha. So much detail I have given. Now by the time there are 700 Harikathas or something in the YouTube. But mostly, nobody cares about it. Because, their interest is, politics or something, this and everything. That's different. But yes, all the information is there in our scriptures. Okay? So that is again, one sloka that we really just got into that. And another one is, these entire 14 planetary systems can be arranged in the kind of, you can see that into 3 layers. What is that? The middle, upper, and lower. Okay? So what is the middle? That is the Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka. Then also here in the bottom, Talaloka and Atala. Atala is the place where Lord Shiva is residing with Bhavani. So this middle portion is called is middle. Middle, that's Matya Loka. Then you really have more than that. Like what we are talking about, Makara Loka, Jana Loka, Tapa Loka, and Satya Loka, they are top. Okay? And then bottom, below Atala, you have Vitala, then Nitala, Talatala, and Mahatala, and Sutala. All these things are lower. So that is why they say 3 Loka. 3 Lokas, they will say, all the 3 worlds, they say. Remember? Many places in the scriptures also. We really hear that. All the 3 worlds, He is the topmost, or and Lord Krishna is beyond all the three worlds. Or that 3 is called 3 Loka. That means upper part. Out of the 14, you divide that into 3 parts accordingly, something like that. Upper part is the higher world. Then you have the Madhyama, then the lower world. So upper world, middle world, and the lower world is called 3 Loka. Okay? So now 99 is saying something very, very unique you have to understand. Everybody may think that, Vaikunta. Where is Vaikunta? That information they have no idea. Some vague idea they have. In this particular, every Brahmanda also there is one Vaikunta. Mahavishnu has a Vaikunta there. Wherever Vishnu is there, there is a Vaikunta. Where is Lord Narayana is there is Vaikunta. But there is a difference. There are actually 7 kinds of Vaikunta or something. In fact, there was some Harikatha I gave long time back. about what are those, different levels of Vaikunta. We have something called Bhuloka Vaikunta also. Like Srirangam is a Bhuloka Vaikunta. Then Guruvayur is a Bhuloka Vaikunta. They say 108, some sacred place or something, they are also equivalent to something in that category. But if we see this Vaikunta is Garbhodaya Sai Vishnu's Vaikunta. Who is this Garbhodaya Sai Vishnu? Who really came as Balaji. So when we worship Balaji, you may go to Vaikunta. Which Vaikunta you are going? You are going to this Vaikunta. Where all these the sweat, right? Of this Garbhodaya Vishnu, that's all the water is there, and that is a Shesha. Then he has a Vaikunta also supporting there. It's there attached to that. Every Vishnu there will be a Vaikunta. How many Garbhodaya Vishnus are there? Unlimited. That is why we say unlimited Vaikuntas. Unlimited Vaikuntas. Correct? So he manifested Vaikunta as his own abode and rested in the waters on the bed of Lord Shesha. The Lord Shesha is actually the Amsa of Lord Balaram. Remember, Balaram is in every Amsa, but some places it is more and sometimes, that's up according to whatever that he wished to do. Particularly by the Balaram's case is when we say Vasudeva and Sankarshana, the Sankarshana is this Adishesha. He really manifests as Adishesha for every Vishnu too. And then we have, remember when we really get from Balaram, first quarter, there you have Vasudev. That Vasudev is more of Krishna's Samsa. We have to understand that also. Even though Vasudeva is coming from Balaram, but he is more Amsa of Krishna. But Sankarshan is more Amsa of Balaram. Like that. There is so much is there to really delve into. But the bottom line here, where we are going to stop today, is the 99, where every Garbhodaya Sai Vishnu is having a Vaikunta. That means unlimited. Every the Brahmanda, that means it has a Vaikunta. From this Vaikunta, can anyone fall down? Remember when Srila Prabhupada said from Vaikunta one can fall down. But our scripture says when one goes to Vaikunta, he is not going to fall down. But there are different kinds of Vaikunta that probably some other day we can actually go through all those. In fact, one of our children from Gokul Bhajan, I asked her to really give a very big talk, and she really has that. It's there in the YouTube also. So there we are talking about the different Vaikuntas that we have. Okay, all right. So some Vaikuntas you can fall down because it is temporary. For example, you have Bhuloka Vaikunta, it's also Vaikunta. You go there, you can fall down. Why not? Because here the Maya's effect is not that much. But whereas when you really cross these Brahmajyoti, you are entering into totally a different aspect, because totally different dimension altogether, because there is no more Jadaloka, so there is no Maya at all. From there we cannot fall down. So what the scripture is saying that like Jiva cannot fall down is from there. This God, there is a name for that Vaikuntha where Lakshmi Narayana is there. There is no Adishesha, no, it's not there in the Lakshmi Narayana. No. It's only in these Vishnus have that. So there is a lot of difference now. Anyway, I opened up a can of bomb, looks like. But anyway, so here exactly now 1 hour I took. So we will continue from text number 100 onwards. So we covered 10 slokas. All right. So anyone has any question? Any question? Did you able to understand the vast subject that we are dealing with here? Any comment?